Man, thank goodness. Bro, what a wicked introduction. That's awesome.
Haven't you seen it?
No, I guess I have. But that looked like it was new, though. But it wasn't new. No,
it's new from about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Hex Late Show. I'm 43 OG, and this is Blue Bum. And we like to talk about Hex, what's happening in the Hex ecosystem, and a load of other crap as well that has some sort of connection to Hex, I guess. So last week, you slept in. You missed the whole stream, didn't you?
I did. I slept through the whole thing. I woke up at 8:30.
There you go. That's what happens when you're traveling around, hey?
Yeah.
Let me just bring up Sammy.
Sammy!
Hey, what's up? What's happening?
Not much. We're here again for another week, another episode. Yeah. Big shout out to the crew in the chat. What's going on, guys and girls?
Hey, everybody. How's your holidays going, guys? All right.
Great.
Yeah,
going
excellent.
Good.
I'm in Mexico.
Awesome.
Lou is in Mexico. He's just gone to Mexico.
You're in Mexico, nice. And you're in Italy, hey, 43?
Yeah. I've been spending a lot of time on the road. I'm in Sicily specifically. I've been spending a lot of time on the road, going around looking for a Vespa to buy. And the photos look great. The photos on the internet look fantastic. But when I go check out that Vespa, there's they've painted over the rust, spray can jobs and all sorts of crap. So it's just, it's not great because, Sicily's not a huge place, but, to get from one place to another, it takes time, it takes a while. And the roads over here, I'm not joking when I say every time I go to see another Vespa and I'm driving on these roads, it feels like a failed suicide attempt because they're so dangerous, man. They're so dangerous. It's like there are highways and there's just 2 lanes, one going each way, right? And there'll be concrete walls on each side. So if any shit goes down, everyone's fucking dying. Everyone's dead. And no one's got any patience either, right? No one's got any patience on the roads. They're you'll be driving at the speed limit and then someone will just come right up behind you and just be sitting on the edge behind you, waiting for an opportunity to go around. And double white lines mean nothing to Sicilians. It's almost provocation. Please, You know, can you please try and
Here's a rule. Here's a rule. Break it.
yeah, and dude, like I was going around the corner, like a long corner, and it's double white lines because you can't see more than, you know, probably about 100 meters, 150 meters ahead of you are going around this corner. And I'm going around this corner, and as I get around this corner, there's like, because here, like what happens here is like when you're on a highway or a freeway or whatever, you have to have your lights on, right? No matter what time of day it is. So I go around this corner and there's just two sets of headlights coming at me at like fucking 300 miles an hour or whatever, however fast they were traveling, because one's overtaking the other. And man, I don't know how I found the space, because there's no space at all, but somehow I didn't die. Somehow. It's crazy. I
Have you
really
ever
want
driven
this.
in
Thailand.
Yeah, it's
Thailand's-
probably that. It's probably
India is mental. Being in traffic in India, like you feel like you're just part of an ant colony, and like it's like the people, like everything just kind of moves, and you just have to go with the flow of where everything is moving.
Yeah, and just
And
to
the,
address
and the rule is the bigger you are, you have the right of way. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's this evolutionary
obvious,
kind of, yeah.
that is obvious. It's survival of the fittest. Like that is definitely how it works. And there's people saying like, yeah, dude, you don't need a for environment, but the VESPA is for in-town use, and in town it's a different story. Like when it's just when you're going in between the towns, because like, you know, for example, in Australia, we're used to just having the urban sprawl and everything's connected. Whereas here, you've just got like a town and then fucking 200 kilometers of road and then another town somewhere else. And then just another like 100 Ks of road and then another town. So I don't know why people drive so fast here. Maybe they're just trying to get to the other place so they can smoke a cigarette, or I don't know, man. Although that doesn't even make sense because they just smoke in the car. But anyway,
With the kids in the back.
with the kids in the back.
You still on the
That's the thing here.
You still on the smokes? 43?
Hell
Still
yeah.
on the smokes?
Still on the smokes.
Yeah.
Just not going crazy, but just I can't help myself when I'm out and everyone's smoking. And it's just like I'm breathing it anyway. Like
Might as well smoke it.
When in Rome. When in
Yeah.
Rome,
Yeah.
you know.
Literally,
It was a road.
when in Sicily.
when in Sicily. It's funny. So what? Hey,
And how's
we've had-
Mexico, Louis?
Say it again, Sammy.
How's Mexico?
Yeah, it's great. I've only been here a few days. It's different from Colombia, but no, I like it. Enjoying it. Getting to know it.
Oh,
On a lovely little
that's awesome.
beachside town at the moment.
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still going up to Burning Man soon?
I don't. I didn't get a ticket. Probably not, because I haven't looked into it at all. Like I didn't get a ticket when they first kind of lotteried them or whatever, and then I think someone was going to organize something maybe or something, but I haven't heard anything, so I'm probably not going to go. I think I'm just going to make my way up into, like it's only about a month until PulseCon, hey? Less.
Yeah, less than a month, Bluey. Aren't you counting down the days?
I'm looking at the date now, yeah.
Yeah, it's 26 days or something like that, or less.
Yep.
I'm
You're going to
so
be in the golf
excited.
tournament?
Yeah, we've got a ladies team, Hex ladies team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. And you're with the Hedron boys, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's going to be so much fun. And
who's on your
you
team?
know, Ty's flying over with me now. So that'll be awesome too.
Yeah, sweet.
So
So
who's
he's
on your
coming on
teams,
today, is
guys?
he?
So
Who's on your teams
yeah, mate.
in the golf tournament?
Mine is Redbird. She's on Twitter. Expensive Taste, you know, she's a Discourse Syndicate streamer. And Hexy B, who's also Hexkin on Twitter. It's we're the famous four.
Cool.
So
What about you, Bluey?
yours, Bluey?
Well, obviously Alex, probably Burrito, who's a friend of Alex's, and I think I'm not sure if it's either Gifford or if it's this other guy who's actually a really good golfer whose name slips my mind right now. But yeah, to be finalized.
Awesome. Do you play golf at all, Bluey?
No,
Hey,
Tangent.
Tangent.
What's
Hey,
up?
Tangent.
What's up? What's up?
Sweetheart.
How is everyone?
Good.
Excellent,
How are you?
excellent. Where are you,
still
mate? You're in the
partying?
Hexagon playground,
I'm in a hexagon garage.
right?
See this
Nice.
car behind me?
Yeah.
It's
Is that
fake.
is that a Commodore?
I think it's like a VL or something behind me. It's
A
like an
VL
old
Commodore. A VL.
Hey, so
Yeah,
how?
you're-
It's just the room behind me is just totally trash, and I was like, shit, I need to clean this up. And then I was like, shit, the stream's already started. And I was like, virtual background, whatever.
Was the VL one with the lights that, like the VL Calais, the ones with the lights that would come up like that at the front? The long ones that would come up a little bit?
There was pop-ups on one of those old Commodores, wasn't there?
It had like a Nissan
Look-
engine in it.
So basically, if you take off your green screen, we're going to see like people sleeping, like naked women, kind of like all around the place.
No,
like
nothing
clothes
controversial. Nothing controversial. Just junk, like as in just stuff that I've left out. How about?
So how was it? How is it? What's the report?
The event was madness. The event was absolute madness. Did you see some of the videos that Doza and Klaz put up, where it's just it starts off on the Hex banner, which is like in front of the DJs, and then it's just like people everywhere. There was laser light shows. There was freaking like they had this like 4D stretched lycra shit that it makes it look like a doof. There's people with these like LED
4D.
They call it 4D because of how much tension you can put into it. It's basically like unbreakable. And they had like people with flow toys, with the like LED flow toys. So they were doing like that kind of thing. So it had a very like doofy, like a bush doof kind of vibe to it, or like sort of like arty, sort of like flowy kind of stuff. But then just like hardcore drum and bass music, MCs. It was sick. It was absolutely sick. Doza and Klaz brought heaps of copies of the Hex book, and we left them with the front door chick. And so she told people they could just take a copy on their way out. They brought like stickers and Hex books and stuff like that. And Doza was saying that he was basically every single person he met, he told them about Hex. So he was on a mission.
Awesome.
So it was really good. It was really good.
Just screaming into people's ears.
One of the speaker stacks, including like bass pins and everything, went out. Like it was like chopping in and out. Like sometimes it would just turn off and then turn back on. I'm not sure what happened. Obviously, the fault of whoever set it up. And so when that one wasn't on, it actually wasn't that loud on one half of the whole event. So hopefully he didn't have to yell too loud at the bar or whatever.
Awesome. Sounds
You're
like a lot of
muted.
fun.
OG43, you're muted, mate.
Thanks,
oh,
mate.
Good spotting. Good spotting.
Cheers, bro. I was just going to say, Tangent, it looked like quite a bit of effort went into that from the photos I saw. So
Yeah. I was really impressed. I was,
sorting.
I mean,
getting that worked out, and collabing with that team of people who are doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to take credit for the effort, but I literally just did money, like as in. But the people who did all of the setup and that sort of thing, it was insane amounts of effort. I was there during the day when they were setting it up, because I was with the guy setting up for the live stream. So we were running around like looking at camera locations and just like setting everything up and testing it while they were building everything, and the amount of effort that was going into it was just nuts. It seemed, because I've never been involved in event setup before, and I'm like, wow, all of this effort for like 5 hours of partying, and then it has to all be taken away. Do you know what I mean? It's quite like they get paid, but it just seems like so much effort for such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's like a wedding. All that money and all that effort for like one night. But as long as you had a great time, that's the main thing.
Yeah, you know what? I think the thing that would highlight it the most was a few of the DJ, because there was a group, a group chat for all of the artists that were playing, like all the DJs and MCs, and people in there were saying that it was the most fun that they've ever had performing at an event before. So they basically meant that the vibe they had, like from the crowd and on the stage and stuff like that, was just the best experience. So from normally we care most about what the people who are at the gig, their experience, but for the artist performing, I think that's quite telling when they have a really good time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, can I do a big shout out?
Do
I
it.
actually got 2 free tickets to the DJ Lethal party in Vegas today from 2 different guys. So they've gone to good use. So thank you to HexDex16 who unblocked me and offered me a free ticket, and also Darb from Sydney, who's been lovely enough to give me another ticket, which I've given to another friend who needs a ticket. So thank you guys so much.
That's legendary.
Am I going to need to book a ticket for that? I probably will.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, well, hang around because they've been going. I've been hearing of free tickets a fair bit.
Is there
now,
something?
so-
What is it like? Something I can just pick up there in Las Vegas, or is this something I have to organize beforehand? You reckon?
Yeah, it's just something. It's just like online tickets, like $50 US.
Right. Okay.
You can just book on. I hang around because people who can't make it are getting rid of tickets. So you might.
Okay. If anyone's got a ticket they want to get rid of, just hit me up on Telegram, maybe.
So it's actually a dedicated hex part, like it's not a hex after party sort of thing.
It's Power City. They got like
So,
all these full-on DJs and shit, and like, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's Power City.
It's separate
they've
from
got
PulseCon.
Crystal Method, DJ Lethal, and they've got Freddie Quotes DJing, and is it Black Hexagon, who just being Black's husband, who's a rapper, and he's going to be playing as well. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Is Freddie MCing or DJing?
Probably both.
Cool. Yeah, I have to admit I have not heard of Power City, so I'm just looking it up right now.
Well, is Ty coming on?
You haven't heard of what?
Power City, he said.
Yeah, I sent him the link.
Well, do you have any guests? Do we have guests today?
Isn't Ty coming on?
We've
Is that
got
what I saw
Ty.
before? Yeah, and he'll talk about Power City then.
I invited Alex from Hedron. I invited Alex from Hedron on to come on this week, but he must be pretty busy. He didn't get back to me, so I know he's got a lot on his plate. So, and apparently there's going to be an announcement soon. Yeah, is that right, Bluebum?
An announcement?
No. This is like I think will be worthwhile checking out. It's a stream on Wednesday night in America. Would that be for Aussies? It'd be Thursday morning, I guess. And there'll be a big announcement. I'd be watching that stream.
Have you guys talked about how there's going to be a Richard Hart podcast with Wolf of Wall Street, like the original Wolf of Wall Street on Friday?
That's Friday.
That's going to be massive. That's massive.
Massive.
I actually saw him.
That could be one of the biggest things ever. Because
it's not that big, dude. No, it's not that big.
Massive.
No, it's not that big.
Bluey, who's his audience? Who's that guy's audience? He's got almost 700K followers on Twitter.
Are you trying to wind me up, Bluey? Are you doing another Einstein on this?
Look, I went to the Miami. I went to the Miami conference thingo, and he was there, and I saw him talking, and he's basically now what he's doing. He's just like there's nothing interesting in what he says. There's nothing like in-depth analysis of or anything like that. He's just like he got a name because they made a movie about him, and like, and so now he's just So it's like,
but dude, we don't care. Like Richard is a
it's great. No,
army.
good on him.
Richard. But like, no. My point is, Richard can carry the message solo. He doesn't need the other person in the interview to actually be producing or bringing anything amazing to the table. He just needs people with mega audiences to leverage off their base of followers. And
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how many he gets. I'm a bit skeptical of how many people are actually that interested in him.
The demographic that follows Wolf of Wall Street is the exact demographic you want.
What, degenerate gamblers?
Well, just interested in novel ways to make money. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Look, it's great. I think the more the merrier. You know what I mean?
Did you see
Which is
Richard's
what?
video of him putting a bidet?
Oh
It
no.
was a video in
Yeah,
my
I did see
Instagram.
that. I thought that was cute.
Installing a bidet.
Installing a
It was
bidet.
cute.
Right.
Yeah,
he was
in his mum's toilet.
Dude, they've got bidets all over the place in Italy. They're everywhere.
You know what? I think it's actually quite disgusting. Like when you think, like after being in India and like Thailand and stuff, where you use the bum gun, like when you think about it, using toilet paper is actually disgusting. Like if you had a cut on your arm, would you get some paper and then just kind of rub it?
But
Like-
some people do. Some people in
You wash
Australia
it.
some people in Australia do just take a shower after they've gone. Like, so it's the same equivalent as a bidet.
Really?
Yeah.
But your bidet is like European
after
shit.
you
It's like a
use a
European idea.
So
European anti-shit.
to clarify, I've had discussions with people who think that in Europe the bidet is just like that's all you use, and that's not correct, right?
No,
And
that's a
I had
myth.
to
That's a
clarify.
myth.
No, that's
That's a
not the
myth.
way it works.
No.
You use
You
the
still have
toilet
baths
paper.
and showers.
You do the normal thing that you normally do, and then on top of that, you then go wash your asshole, right? That's
Okay.
not better. That's like a higher level of cleanliness, and to a point where the people I've just spoken to about this point here, they're like, "You guys are fucking disgusting, walking around with smeared shit on your asshole." all day."
Hold up. These motherfuckers don't realize we live in a modern society and now we've got wet wipes. So,
Oh,
like,
no,
you
apparently you
don't
shouldn't
actually-
use them. They clog up drains so bad.
But you can
Like
put
I
them in a
used to-
bin, right? You could put them in a bin rather than putting them into.
And you know what's really weird? In Colombia, you can't flush toilet paper down the toilets. So you wipe your ass,
And here,
then you have
we're
to
having
kind
the
of.
same problem with wet wipes, hey? Like the problem they have with toilet paper, we have it here
Yeah.
with wet wipe. Is that if people flush
Yeah.
them, the system's
Yeah.
not designed. I think over there, it's any country that has small diameter pipes. So in Australia, we've got quite large diameter pipes, so you can just flush whatever, right? Condoms, toilet paper, pads, whatever the fuck, pretty much. But over there, if they've got thin pipes, it blocks the toilets.
Enemy midgets.
It's so funny,
Well,
man. That's
Look
funny.
at us discussing like what is it? What's the word for
Toilet culture.
sanitation or sanitation,
Sanitary culture.
sanitation engineering or something?
Yeah. It is very weird wrapping your dunny paper up and putting it in the bin, not flushing
That's
it.
weird. Yeah, that's
Hey,
weird.
hey,
That's
now
weird.
that we've covered all the important points, can we talk about Hex for a little bit?
Yeah,
What some like the price has been.
Dude.
There's a few things I've been noticing because I always keep an eye
so much
on.
going on.
Yeah, I keep an eye on all the Hex related things. So there's the Hex, obviously Hex token, but then I always keep an eye on Hedron. I always keep an eye on Maxi because they are directly linked to. They're like derivative products of Hex, or the T-share, I should say, or yeah, sort of. So
Yeah, it's all related.
let's talk about it. And just before we do, thanks for the super chat. If a bear shits in the woods, does it use toilet paper or a bidet?
If it's in
I think
Europe,
the answer to that is bears use rabbits, if I remember the joke correctly. So Hex is above 5 cents, I believe, at the moment. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
it's funny. I've hardly
Looks-
ever
looks-
been looking at the Hex price lately.
Looks
Like
like it could be
everything
actually
else.
ramping up
Hedron's
into a
been
bit of a
pumping.
prattler.
Oh, Hedron's amazing. Hedron's gone
Hedron.
berserk.
it's been pumping, and even what else was pumping? Something else, which was what's it called? You know, what was the airdrop that they gave? It was based on your T shares, and it was like weird. What's the name?
Pulse D,
Pete,
Maxi,
Pulse Doge,
Doge?
the airdrop one. There were two Pulse
Yeah, yeah.
Doges and the airdrop one.
So
they
PLSD.
that one ramped up to like $9.
It went up almost close to $10, yeah, but now it's back at like $6 or something. Is that right?
Yeah, so that got airdropped at $1. So it did almost a 9 or 10x, which is
nuts.
Yeah, pretty cool. In this, what's important about that is you look at the time frame of when that's happened, and that's happened when everything else has just been tanking completely, right?
Yep.
So that run up has been in a time. So that's been a savior for some people, probably, I'm guessing. But
yeah,
you know, that's made some people some free money if they've sold out of that. Blue Bond isn't
fallen out of the parabola though. Shit.
Yes. Back to 645. So Hex is at 5.4 cents at the moment. Does anyone have a chart, or should I try and attempt to bring one up?
I can bring one up if you want. It's not the prettiest chart though. Actually, it's decent. It's decent. I'll just delete some shit off it. So I've got a wishful thinking parabola. I'll just share this. There you go. And I'll try and make that a bit wider as well. So basically, this is my wishful thinking parabola through here. I mean, it used to look like this, but I had to adjust it. Well, it used to look anyway. I've had to back that shit off because of little crash through here. Check out this channel. So this channel, and I actually didn't move it. This channel actually called exactly where this most recent run topped out, and I didn't actually have to move that. That line was already there. But we've got basically this green. Oh, this looks a little bit different. Maybe I'll change thing, but basically something like that, where we've basically been within this channel since end of June. So this is like a multi-month. This is like a multi-month channel. And I've dropped a little fib retracement tool on here that's been getting respected quite well. Like look at how long we spent in this zone, and in here. You can see like these levels have been respected on the way down and on the way back up. So and we've actually, look, you can see from this wick here, we've actually been breaking back above this level over here. So I'm bullish as fuck. I'm bullish as so wick wise, we've already on the daily made a higher high as compared to this high over here. And all we would need is a close to confirm that we're heading to these extensions on this little mini fib, right? This is not the, this is the big daddy over here. This fib retracement goes from the all-time high all the way to the all-time low if we believe that this could be the generational bottom for Hex. So this is the big daddy fib retracement. This is the little mini fib retracement. But this one would at least take us up to like, what, 12 cents? I think my call, not financial advice, is 6.5 cents, 6.4 cents within 2 days. I already tweeted it out earlier today. 6.4 cents within 2 days is my prediction for short-term Hex move.
Cool.
And do you still think that like in the next few months we're still going to head down to like 1 cent or 2 cents or whatever? Like
no. When you say do you still think that, that would imply that I actually thought that at some time. I've never said that. I've never thought that. I've always not argued against. But time anyone has ever said 2 or 1 cent, like sub 2 cent / 1 cent Hex, I've always been like incredibly unlikely. So people watching are welcome to go and look for tweets or
No,
video
I believe you.
content
I believe
where
you,
I've
man.
ever
I believe
said
you.
that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
No, when I said that, yeah, I was more referring to a general
you meant to the
sentiment in the
sentiment of
community.
everyone
Yeah.
within the community. Yeah. I've always thought that was like a ridiculous proposition that we could go that low. Although to balance my commentary, I was wrong multiple times on the way down about where the lowest that Hex could possibly go. I was shocked, absolutely shocked, below certain levels. 20 cent, 10 cent, 15 cent, 10 cent, 5 cent. I was like, at each of those levels, I was like, surely not. So I'm not trying to make it out like I'm miraculously able to just call bottoms. I was wrong on multiple big levels on the way down. You guys were too, right? Like that, it just didn't seem possible that Hex could go that low with all the staking and the diamond handing and all that shit, you know?
Yeah, we were still under the misapprehension that Hex would behave perhaps differently than every other crypto that's ever existed.
Well, hang on. It actually has been behaving very differently from most other cryptos.
I mean, in terms of
he means in terms of the size of the drop.
Yeah, in terms of the size of the size, like that percentage downturn was 95% or 94 or 95%. So that's what you would expect. You know what I mean? Look, we're not out of the woods yet, I would say, but the fact that it hasn't gone down further than that so far is pretty positive, in my opinion. That's a pretty positive thing, because when you start hitting that 96, 97, 98, things start getting a bit sketchy.
That's true. Yes. That's the point at which some coins just never recover from ever again when you get down to it. Because look at alts from previous cycles. It's obviously depends on what coin it is, of whether it can get back up again. It's not necessarily a death sentence, but when a coin goes like 99%
obscure ones,
plus,
yeah, for the obscure ones, I guess that's the case. Like when you think about back to the 218 ICO boom and bust or whatever.
But it's also like percentage bag holders, right? Like when you're 99+% down, it means everyone's a bag holder, pretty much. It just means literally every single person is underwater. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's pretty dire for the.
Yes, we can hear you, Sammy.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet shit. I've just joined on my smartphone. But Richard did say that he thinks the bottom is in on the stream with funding.
Really?
And didn't he? He reckons the bottom's in Hex.
But normally he never makes forward-looking statements about Hex price. It's like danger of SEC shit. What did he really say that? Was he speaking generally about?
Did anyone else watch the stream and do that?
Yeah.
That's like a past. That's a past thing, not a forward-looking. That's past looking. He's looking at the past, saying, you could argue that. Oh, look, I'm talking about the past. The bottom is in.
But it implies something about the future, because by saying the bottom is in,
you could argue both ways on that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It is a backwards-looking statement, but in some ways it implies some level. I'll tell you the forward-looking part is moving forward. We will not go lower than that level. That's the forward-looking part by saying the bottom is in. It's the same statement, right? So there is an implication for the future, is that in the future the price will not go lower than that level.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not that it can't go lower, but it could just be at that bottom for a very, very long time.
But you heard it.
That is still not lower. That is still not lower, even if it went to that level and stayed there.
So the price that doesn't say that the price is going to go up. It just means that the price isn't going to. He doesn't think the price will go lower, which means the price could just stay the same forever, right? So saying that does not automatically imply that the price is going up. But that's the genius of the statement, right? That's the genius of the statement, because
not really, because it does restrict the possibilities of future. Like, as in, it is narrowing down the possibility of what can happen in the future, and therefore
It can still go
has
down,
an
but it can still go down from here. It just the
but not
implication
lower
is
than
it's
that
not,
price. But not
not lower than that price, but it could still go
But
down.
when
So
done,
it's
you
different
heard
from
Richard
saying
say
that we're
too,
just going to
yeah?
be going up from now, right?
Yeah, I
If
can't
that's
remember
what
his exact. I can't remember his exact wording, but it was something along the lines of I'd recommend it to my friends right now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
All
and
right. I am recommending it to my friends right now. So.
yeah, and the bottom is probably in. That was something like that.
My
I'm
Saudi
just wondering though, his
my
friends.
Saudi mates are thinking about buying.
Apparently, he did not say the bottom is in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Well,
that's what
me
I'm
and
saying is
Blue-
I would be super surprised for him to say something like that, because
But it could be
he's
both
normally
speak
very
true.
careful.
He could say yeah, I'm recommending it to my friends at the moment. I mean, that doesn't
Well-
imply that the bottom's not in. Maybe he's just gonna, he knows he's looking at it in long term for his friends. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what happens in
Yeah.
a week or a month or something. But long term, I think you'd recommend it to your friends, wouldn't you? I mean, we all have.
So if
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that strip, and I will send it through the group chat because I know he said it.
Hey, do you guys reckon that Richard Hart will get an opportunity to do an interview with Lex Friedman now that he's in the US? Because that was the
Nah. Lex Friedman blocked him.
good point. Good point.
It's so weird, hey? Like, why did Lex Friedman block him and all of the Hexicans? Someone must have been sending him messages.
I've listened to Lex Friedman podcast. He's very, very, very into being humble, right? And that's like, that could just be the opposite of what, of how, whether it's like for outrage marketing or not,
Yeah.
It really doesn't really matter.
You think that's the reason that he blocked
so.
Richard?
A lot of people are like that, man.
And why would he block why would he block a whole lot of Hexicans as well?
Because we're a pain in the fucking ass, man. On Twitter, we are a massive pain in their ass.
Oh man, massive pain in the ass.
For someone like Lex Friedman, like
bro,
Dude.
we ride their freaking tweets like a pony. Like, it's like it would just be relentless thrashage. Like, if anyone ever mentions Hex, we are just
that's a terrible analogy. Riding it like a pony, like a pony.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Oh, dude, we break that thing's back. It's a beautiful analogy. We absolutely.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It's like multiple adult weight on a single pony, and it just breaks the poor thing's back. It's just.
I don't get it. I mean, that guy has like thousands of people replying to his tweets. So what if he has a handful of Hexicans like saying anything? It's just engagement for him. Like, what? Yeah, I'd be interested to know why he did. I mean, remember when I think there was one Hexican who sent somebody a really threatening, like, message, and that person posted it. This is what I'm getting from Hexicans or something like that. And it was like, okay, maybe it's something on that level is going on. I don't know.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Has anyone been tweeting at Eric Wall, being like, "Yo, bro, you remember how you accused Richard of not being able to enter the US because he's a scammer? You want to apologize for that shit because he's there right now, bitch." Like,
yeah. And he did. We didn't apologize, but he acknowledged.
He admitted he was wrong.
He did. He acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice.
He acknowledges when he loses bets. He often loses bets, and he acknowledges it.
Very nice. I respect that.
Yeah, you got to respect that. Anyone who admits fault or that they have been wrong in the past is like, that shows a level of maturity and humility.
Yeah, it shows that someone's willing to admit when they're wrong.
Eric Wall's bullying is not in any way mature. It's just stupid.
Eric Wall is a high-level troll, like a very, very high-level troll. Like,
I think that's a good description for him.
I mean, I saw he was going into hospital or something, wasn't he? I saw something about it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's finally having that sex change operation. Erica.
Maybe he doesn't need it. He's already got a JJ. And wears women's undies.
Hey, I wear women's undies on my head sometimes, so
Why do you do that?
spice things up, brother.
For the lols.
For the sex, for the spicy sex.
Yes. I
Have you
mean,
guys
this
talked
is
about
off
the
topic.
thought
This is
changing
off topic. This is off topic. But when you're like, I should say this for the green room. Fuck, I can't put this out there.
Have you guys talked about Tornado Cash yet?
No, let's
Oh
do it.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
missed everything. I just saw a flood of messages. You guys freaking out about it. What's going on?
Can I make a general comment, right? So whenever something like this happens, it's like government does X to cryptocurrency Y. The most common responses are people like, no one gives a fuck. Crypto doesn't care. They can't do shit. We're invincible to that noise. We do our own thing. We march to the beat of our own drum. Fuck the government. Boom, done. Easy. And then on the other side of it, people are like panicking, like, oh my God, crypto's gonna die. They're gonna shut it down. They're gonna turn off Bitcoin, right? You get these bipolar results. And ultimately, neither camp is correct because there are impacts, but so ultimately, yes, it can't get actually shut down in the direct sense, but they can make life difficult. And so there were even things that I hadn't thought of, implications for.
What they can do is what they did with USDC, where they basically froze those liquidity pools that were with Tornado Cash with USDC. They froze that USDC. So if you
they can regulate the entities that are regulatable. They can regulate at the fringes to make it as difficult as possible for the cryptocurrencies. They can also put people in jail. I saw a tweet where someone said that potentially you could get 30 years prison just for going to the Tornado Cash website if they used the loosest definition of dealings with it. So assuming you're an American citizen and you go to the website and they want to use a loose definition, you have maximum penalty 30 years jail because you're having dealings with a sanctioned entity.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Or
This is just
$300,000 fine.
This is just for US people, right?
Some of these that aspect is only applicable to people in the US, but
but then you have Julian Assange.
USDC affect everyone. Like, so there are parts of it that affect just Americans, and then there's flow-on effects, right? Like the things that affect Americans that has some other impact that then affects everyone else. So like you saw the price of Tornado crashed. If you were a Tornado holder, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're now being impacted by that nonsense over there, even though you're not in the US. So it's pretty fucked.
So what do they want to do?
And they took down the front end.
USDC. It's not even. Hang on. It's not even Tornado Cash.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they took down the website. They took down the websites and they put it on the banned list.
One of them.
And
Tornado's got multiple websites.
Hang on. Who took down the website?
The government. No?
Well, we don't know, but it's just not there anymore. Like when you go to it, you get an error.
Right.
But there's another one up. Like,
yeah.
So you can still access your shit. Like you can still use Tornado Cash. There are front ends that are active and exist.
But there's also the risk. There's also the risk that if you ever send it to an exchange, and they have a record that it's coming from that address at some point, then
so just be a bit more crafty. For God's sake,
you just need to do hops. You just need to do hops for that. That's an easy one.
This is not that difficult. Like just
there's ways around it for sure. You don't even have to use Tornado Cash. There are other things you can use. Yeah. But
what I love about Tornado Cash is it's all on chain, and you're not putting your faith into a bridging contract.
What I really liked was that the crypto market didn't give a shit. Shit just went up.
Well, Tornado went down.
Did it?
Torn token got crushed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
43. Do you know anyone who actually?
Torn token has absolutely nothing to do with the protocol. It's like apart from like there's some governance stuff, but it was an incentive. It was incentive people to put
to mix coins on ETH network, and also as like potentially governance or whatever. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't.
But
You
it
don't
doesn't
get the
affect
fees.
just some
You don't get
random
the
person
fees.
who wants to use it.
Yeah. This is
You know,
this. This is
It's like Uniswap or whatever. Huh?
This shit happens in the real stock markets as well, right? So there are iron ore companies in Australia that have got fixed price contracts with China. So the price of iron ore does not impact their business economics at all. And yet, when the price of iron ore goes down, those iron ore stocks go down. So it's like people are retarded. They just go, oh, iron ore down means iron ore stock also go down. And they don't know fuck all. And they don't realize that for some companies, that literally does not impact them at all, because they've got like multi-year fixed price contracts with the client. So this is a case like that, where it's like people are like, oh my God, Tornado is getting like under attack by the government, regulatory attack. So let's just sell it just in case.
What they're doing is what governments tend to do is, if they can't directly, if the law does not allow them, or they are just simply unable to affect or regulate something, what they'll do is they'll go to the periphery around those things and regulate those things. So that's what they're doing here with USDC.
100%.
Right? That's what
they'll try to freak. Yeah, they're trying to use fear. They're trying to freak people out.
So I mean, you know, I guess there's other options. I mean, there's not only centralized stablecoins. There's other options, right?
Do you know if anyone copied? Because apparently the government got GitHub to take the code down, like to ban.
Dude, the code will be
account.
bro. The code will be.
Leaked.
There's no way that code. No, I'm just saying there's no way that code's lost.
Well, actually, it's already been used on other chains, right? Like, so the code is actually definitely out there. Like, you can definitely
code's out there, bro.
Well, it's on the blockchain. You just go to the contract.
You cannot put that.
I don't know if it's because they're in their repository. They would have had shit that was like not just the smart contract. They would have had all like the front end shit as well. But I'm sure 43 is right. Like it would have to be somewhere.
I mean, as soon as you put an obstacle in front of people who really want something, they're just going to innovate around it.
They don't even have to innovate around it. They can just keep
using it.
You know, it's
someone drew the analogy of Pirate Bay. So like, you know how Pirate Bay just ended up having like unlimited front ends in every country. It was just unstoppable.
Yeah, and it's still on, but it's not used as much because their fear worked to an extent.
No,
they try to freak people the fuck out.
I actually strongly believe, I can't prove this, but I strongly believe that the thing that reduced the use of Pirate Bay was reasonably priced streaming services like Spotify and Netflix. So people could just pay a small monthly fee to have unlimited access that they could stream in high quality, where you don't have to pre-download shit. And I believe that was the thing. That was what reduced the usage of torrent sites. I believe that all the regulatory attacks never had any effect at all, because they were trying everything they could before, before the usage went down. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at the time frames.
Yeah, and it's ironic because in a way it's like advertising. Like as soon as the government comes down on something, everyone goes,
effect.
What's that about? Yeah,
it's a Streisand effect. If you make a fuss about it, it's actually going to draw more attention to it. Like I'll give you an example. I was watching Netflix and it was like, do you want to watch this show about revenge porn? And I was like, what the fuck is even that? What is that about? And then I watched the preview and I'm like, is this actually a thing? Like where there's websites where people upload videos of their ex-partners and stuff. And if it hadn't been for that Netflix series, I wouldn't have even known that shit existed. But they're basically advertising it by trying to say how bad it is.
And now you spend 8 hours a day.
And now it's the only porn I watch. No, I'm just kidding. That is a joke. That's untrue. That's untrue. I actually haven't watched.
It is not the only porn I watch. I want to watch a variety of porn.
It is the majority of what I watch.
I can honestly say I still have yet to watch a single video in that category. I looked to
You've
see
never
whether
watched porn.
Existed. No, I've never watched any revenge porn knowingly. I've never knowingly. Yeah. Like it would have been an accident if I have. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But you know, it's definitely the Streisand effect. You just So that's why you just don't give it oxygen. You don't give that shit air. Like if there's something that is like truly terrible, you just silence that shit. We ghost on haters. We don't promote them. We do the truth diode. And Richard taught us that shit. If everyone in the world was as smart as Richard to do that truth diode shit, we wouldn't have any of these problems. We wouldn't
What's the truth diode shit? Sorry?
The truth diode is you don't say the thing that you are trying to not, like the bad thing that you don't want people to know about it. You don't say what it is. You speak about it in a way so that some people will know what you're talking about.
Frame it positively. Yeah. So you don't say I'm trying to lose weight.
No. This is not about positive framing. This is about preventing new people who don't already know about it from finding out about it. Because there'll always be a subset of people who, even if it's a terrible thing, will be like, I might go check that out. Like me with the revenge porn. Like, so it's basically you are making sure that you can tell people who already know about this thing how bad it is, but people who don't know about it won't know what the fuck you're talking about. They'll just be like, what's this guy talking about? It's obviously hard with something like revenge porn, but it works fine for scams, shitty crypto projects. What was the other example we were just discussing? There was other ones. But anyway, yeah, it usually works.
Fair enough. The truth.
The answer to revenge porn is don't fucking film yourself doing.
No, dude. The answer to revenge porn is make sure when you're filming yourself having sex, you look so good that you don't mind the world finding out about it. And you're just like, hell yeah, advertise my shit, baby. Like, thanks. Thank you. My DMs are blowing up now. Like,
I was finding it hard to get laid. Now I'm just got people knocking on my door. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So, like, I feel like this tornado cash thing is pretty big, man. That's a big move. That's a big move, hey? Yeah, I wonder. There's other protocols out there. There's other protocols.
Notice something interesting I noticed is they didn't even mention the same shit that's on other chains. They only talked about Ethereum and Ethereum chain shit. They didn't.
Maybe they don't know about it yet.
They didn't even mention that Tornado Cash itself is across multiple chains. Yeah. It was all focused on ETH shit.
Maybe they just haven't found out about it yet.
I saw a tweet that I absolutely loved. It said something along the lines of, they think that by stopping Tornado Cash that they're going to stop money laundering, but they won't, because all the biggest criminals in the world just use the actual banking system safely. Yeah, and reliably use the legacy banking system to commit all their money laundering, all their fraud, all their crimes, all their proceeds of crimes. That's where the big shit is. All the corrupt politicians, all the cartels, they all just use the regular banking system.
Hey, shout out to Ty. What's going on, brother?
What's happening?
Yo. What's up?
How's my Vegas travel buddy going?
Good. Getting excited.
Super excited. How the rest of you lads doing?
Good.
All good.
Good, man.
I'm not going to put my camera on tonight because I'm just at the end of COVID and I'm not looking the best, so I won't. Don't want to spoil your show.
Glad you survived it.
Yeah, whole family, kids, we all had it, man. 2 weeks. Yeah.
So basically, anytime anyone gets sick now, people call it COVID. Is that what we're going to do,
bro? Anytime anyone sneezes, like within 10 meters, people fucking look at you like you're a criminal. Dude, shit is ridiculous. If you're in a supermarket, if you're in a supermarket and there's like 4 or 5 other people in that aisle and you sneeze, those people are fucking out of there, man. Disappear. They've gone.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I have a question for you. I heard you guys talking about the Tornado Cash thing.
Yep.
And I missed the start of the show. I was in a meeting with some other people about sack pool stuff. But did you guys talk about like, so if they're going to blacklist all these coins that have gone through tumblers like Tornado Cash, what happens when, like, say, Tangent, you use it, right? So what happens if you send me What happens if you send me coins that you put through the tumbler? Now I own coins that I've never been to Tornado Cash with, but have gone through that tumbler.
This is the thing that I hate, that people can accidentally, like, that so this is, it depends how
Just
broad
USDC.
they paint the parameters. It depends how broad they paint the parameters. So if they start to do like even addresses that have sent or received coins to addresses who have interacted with that contract are also going to be considered to be like, you know, blacklist. So you don't know what the parameters they set, and it can get pretty broad, and it's pretty shit, because it's like when you cast a net, like say like net fishing, you're going to catch sea life that you did not intend. And that's the problem here, is you have to decide how big the holes are going to be in your fishing net, and you are going to miss some shit that you want to catch, and you are going to catch some shit that shouldn't have been caught. And that happens in our legal system, in terms of our like criminal system. Some people go to jail that are innocent. Some people don't go to jail who are guilty. And this shit is going to happen, where there will be people who didn't even use the protocol who are going to get like effed up by it. It sucks.
But there'll be ways around for those people though, because for instance, let's say someone sent you some ETH from that had been mixed, and then you go and try to use it at an exchange. Potentially, that exchange could see the history of that coin and ban you from being on that exchange.
It's pseudo anonymous though. So how do you prove that the person that sent it to you wasn't just you sending it to yourself? That's the problem. It's like, and then do you have to send KYC information for you and the person that sent? They might be like, oh, that's cool. Just give us KYC information of the person who sent it to you so that we can blacklist their ass. And then you're like snitching on your mates to. It's just shit, man. It's just
already I can tell you how to get around it. All you do is you send it to secret network. You bridge to secret network. You bridge back over to Ethereum to a new address, and bang, you're done.
Do you even need to do that?
43 was saying there's like a million ways around it, but the problem is if they do retroactive shit, right? Like if they're doing it retrospectively, you don't like this whole thing. Like with Tornado Cash getting their funds seized, they obviously didn't see that coming, right? If they basically have retrospective action, then sure, you might have been aware of ways that you could have got around it, but you didn't do it because it wasn't a problem, and now suddenly your shit's frozen. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, because like 70,000 USDC was frozen, and I was like, "Is that all they had in the pool?" And Alex said, "No, they had warning. So most of the big players pulled their liquidity. So there was some sort of warning."
Oh, for insiders.
For people who had USDC in pools with.
That's great to know that the politicians got all of their USDC out. That's great to know. That's great. That's great.
So I guess the important thing is also that relates to USDC. There are other stable coins out there. There's DAI. There's
DAI, which is backed a lot by USDC, by the way.
Yeah, anything that's centralized,
yes,
man, they can put pressure on them as well.
Yeah, but it's not USDC. Like if you're holding DAI and it's holding its peg, it's not USDC.
But what they could do is what the USDC could do is freeze that DAI USDC, because they consider DAI security or some shit, and so then DAI. DAI is probably going to have to work to getting rid of their USDC as the backing for their.
So do we think the liquid loans stablecoin could possibly be an answer to this?
I think it could be actually.
But they use USDC as well, don't they? They use USDC as well, don't they?
They use their own LUSD. That's the whole point. The whole point is they got their own.
It'll be USDL, yeah.
USD. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's.
I think
so. Couldn't that in some way
algorithmic? It's algorithmic, but in a way that's better than previous algorithmic coins. because it's actually legit how it actually balances its price.
People's
Whereas
arbitrage
otherwise-
opportunities are going to make.
If
I was
you
going
look
to
at
say
that
people's
liquidity chart,
arbitrage opportunities in that USDL will probably force it to keep a peg, because when it's out of peg, there's
Well,
going to be
Liquidity
arb
held up pretty
opportunities.
well. Liquidity held up pretty well when everything else was crashing all around.
Yeah.
It was, didn't it?
I think the lowest it got for like a brief moment was around 97 cents, and the highest it got was about $1.04. But it spent most of its time between like 1.000 something and 99.999 something for the last year and a bit.
Yeah. So this is probably not
this broad
a big
comment.
Go for it, man.
So can I just make this broad comment that basically some of the things we've been discussing are like on a detailed level of like, oh, you might be able to get around it like because of this, or they might be able to do this, or what if they do this, they might freeze this, like all of that shit is like sub to the fact that we shouldn't have to put up with any of this nonsense. This all comes under this category of that crypto was designed to not have this bullshit of having fuckwits being able to tell you what you can and can't do with your money. So
absolutely,
if
it's only where it touches the real world. It's only when you have to put it into a stable coin or some shit like that, or you have to, like, that's when it fucks up.
So so my point is that even if there is a workaround, or even if it's like, oh, this probably won't impact you or whatever, it's not good enough. Like any of that shit where there is a possibility, whether it's because you're using an exchange or you're using a coin that's centralized, anywhere where there is a point of failure through centralization or other mechanism where some fuck can stop you from sending or storing your money, that should be a deal breaker to all of you. That's the message. Don't worry about the details of how it's going, whether they should or shouldn't be doing it, whether we should be like upset or angry or whatever. Just keep that message in your mind that if it's possible for them to do it, then fuck that noise.
Yeah, if it's possible for them to do it, they will.
Yes, yes. That's a good way of saying it, Bluey, that if it can be done, it will be done. Isn't that Murphy's Law? If it can happen, it will happen. That is actually Murphy's Law, is you assume that if it is possible to happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
So Ty, are you going to tell us about Power City, or what's the story with
No, can't do it.
No,
Sammy told me I
do it.
can't do any shilling at all. She goes, you can come on tonight, but you cannot shill Power City. I said, cool story, bro.
It's up to you. It's up to you guys. I don't give a shit, but out of respect for you guys, that's totally up to you if you want to talk to Ty about whatever. But
I didn't come here to shill that. I came just to hang out, and I surprised Sammy today with a tweet. I went and bought airplane tickets for the exact same flights as Sammy, so we can travel to Vegas together and home.
Legendary.
Not traveling alone. So that was a little bit of a surprise.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be travel buddies.
Yeah.
Gonna hang out.
Dope. That's dope. Yo, you know what? That makes it.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question about Power City? Does it have anything to do with Hex?
We do have a layer 2 for Hex coming out, called Flex.
A layer 2?
Yeah, like
what does that mean?
Like a contract that utilizes Hex, but is built on top of Hex. So like Maxi.
Okay, so it's exactly the same as Maxi. Everyone's gonna put into a big pool and then do a massive stake, or
no? Flex has perpetual rolling stakes. There's no like you've got to do a 15, you've got to do a 1, you've got to do a 3, you've got to do a 7, or you've got to do a deci. You can participate in many pools, and I don't want to give away too much, but they'll have different times. So and you'll be able to trade your staked pooled asset, on the open market. There's also some other interesting parts about Flex, but we don't want to give too much away at the moment.
All
Are
right.
you still working
Well,
on
that's
it?
interesting.
Okay.
Something
Yeah.
to keep an eye on, guys. Something related to Hex. We are the Hex Late Show. We talk all things Hex and all derivatives of Hex.
That's why I came on with my Hex Reaper. You see, my PFP is a Hex Reaper.
What's
It's,
a
No.
the avatar is a Hex Reaper, so it's going to be a
Looks like a little
collection.
magic elf.
It's going to be a collection of Reapers on Pixel Park from Grim Legion, and its whole sole mission is from hell, and it feeds on the wrecked souls of Ethereum miners.
Oh,
Cool
sounds
story, bro. Wait, what I was going to say before was I've traveled a lot for work by myself, and it gets fucking annoying where if you just want to do something quickly, but you have to take all your bags with you because you cannot leave them unattended in airports. You've got to take your bags into the toilets with you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Whereas
so much
if
easier
you're
with
just
another
traveling with
person.
someone, it's so much easier. Just be like, hey, can you just hold on to that real quick? I'm going to duck into the toilet. So it's really good to hear that you guys are traveling together. It's much better.
That was the only reason I went, just so she didn't have to travel alone. Hey, Sammy?
but right, you know, Ty is really a gentleman, and I've only met him once, but I've spoken to him many times, and he is really a gentleman, and I appreciate that he's traveling with me because it's just going to be more fun. And yeah, it's nice to have some muscle around going all the way to America. So
Are you guys going to have a? Are you guys going to have a few
Bring
drinks
your
on the
guns.
flight?
Bring your guns, Sammy. Can't we bring guns?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to have? Are you going to have a few? Are you going to have a few bevies on the flight over to?
First one will be at 4 a.m. at the airport.
Well, we're staying up all night. I'm staying up all night on the Friday night, and then we're going to be at the airport at 4. So so we can sleep on the plane. Hopefully, it's like 14 hours. So
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be
I don't
exciting.
sleep well on planes, so I normally just drink.
You're going to do a David Boone?
Yeah, it's literally. I just keep pushing the button and just keep drinking until I pass out.
Just
basically.
get carried off the plane.
Yeah. That's what Sammy's there for. She can carry me off.
I've got friends that take benzos on planes, and the wait staff sometimes can't wake them up. So they're just like,
Are they drooling out the side of their
They just
mouth,
have-
like full
they
drool?
just have Valium, and the host is like, "Excuse me, man, wake up," and they're just like,
It's like, wow.
Well,
must
who else
happen
is
quite a
going to
bit.
Vegas? You're going to Vegas, Bluey?
Yeah. I'm thinking of seeing if I can do a land crossing because I'm in Mexico. So I'm thinking, how do I get across?
Yeah.
Doing
So
land.
you're going like to some of the other things around town, like the golf tournament and the pool party and
Yeah.
stuff, or
What's the pool party?
the pool?
You
What
don't
is
hear
it?
about
Rec,
the
rec,
party.
rec, is it the Rect Ped pool party the next day? Looks like a recovery party.
After the
yeah,
golf?
rec-
Or
Yeah,
what?
we've all hired cabanas and stuff. It's
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You got to
gotta
come,
come,
Bluey.
Yeah,
You
Because
got
I'm
to
in. I'm
come.
not in. I'm not in the loop with all the parties. Obviously, I haven't got my finger on
we'll
the
hook you
pulse.
up. We'll hook you up. And have you got a
Yeah,
ticket
we'll
for
hook you
the
up,
Power City
Bluey.
party yet?
No. We were speaking about that
Oh.
before. I was just saying if anyone's got one that they're not using, then
I'll organise it. You know, we've got Crystal Method, DJ Lethal, Freddie Quotes, Corey the Investor. They're all singing and performing there. Crystal Method's going to be a big deal.
That's massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
be a bit of a highlight, and then I'm taking off to southern Utah to drive buggies in the desert for 4 days.
Oh yeah.
Should
Nice.
be good.
Did you guys mean Poor Pleb? Is that or is there another thing called Wrecked Pleb?
No, wrecked pleb pool party.
Wrecked pleb.
It's nothing to do. Yeah, it's like because everyone's going to be wrecked from the night before.
Oh, so there's no token called Wrecked Pleb.
No,
it's not a
there's token
project
called Poor Pleb.
Oh, okay.
That's Hexy Bastards.
Poor
No,
Pleb.
it's just a like a festivity on Tuesday. Tuesday, Sammy?
Yeah.
Cool.
So Tuesday 11 till 8 p.m. Cabana party. Yeah, it's going to be really wild. Like Hexagons and hide out all the cabanas.
Yeah, so I think
In
the
the whole
cabanas
area.
we have to pay for we paid for our cabana. I think you pay for your cabanas, but then like there's like an outer area where people can just come and hang out by the pool or whatever, but I think there's limited space in the cabanas. But they didn't want to like tell people piss off. I believe that's how it's going to work. Right, Sammy?
Yeah, that's right. You got to have a wristband to enter the cabana, but we'll see if that works out.
Bluey's so small, we'll just sneak him in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? We'll get you in there, Bluey. Don't you worry about that.
Okay. I'll stick with you guys then.
Is it
Yeah,
sold
you'll be
out?
fine.
Is it completely?
The
Yeah.
cabanas are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bluey, where are you staying?
At the hotel, I got one the deal, and then just the other day I extended so that I go there a day earlier and leave a day later and so. I've got to
nice.
hang out, but I've got to hang out in America for probably a while because I've got to sort out sort of some passports and stuff. So I've got to work out where I'm going to hang out in America. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Plenty
Oh,
of
well,
cool
that's
places.
cool.
What day do you get in there?
Well, I'll probably just get there. Like I'm in Mexico now, so I'll probably just go just before the. Like I think I've got a booking for the night before the golf tournament, so I'll just probably get in there for that.
So Sammy and I arrive, like, we'll be in Vegas on the 3rd.
The 3rd.
Oh, you'll be there. Oh, okay, you're there beforehand.
Saturday, pretty much just before lunch, we'll be in Vegas.
Right, and you're staying at the hotel that
Hilton Resort World.
Sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, hey?
Yeah. I can't wait.
I wouldn't be stressing about passports getting back to the US from Mexico. I've heard that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard getting back into America. But to leave, that'll be the issue. I'll need a passport to leave.
Yeah. So did someone have an image that they wanted me to show?
Yeah, I did.
I can't get it on my the way I'm set up. I can't get it from that app that you sent it to me on to this computer.
Yeah. Oh, bummer. Well, we could just tell the story.
If you can send it through Telegram, then I can bring it up.
I'm on my phone, so I can't do really anything now. I'm like stuck on one screen. But
can we go over the Hex.com sponsorship of that football club?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, good point. That was pretty massive.
That's pretty interesting what's happening. Did you see what Rackham tweeted? That
No.
document that I'm not even sure who that. There's all these organizations around this football club. Like, there's all these different parts of it, and somebody got in a big shit about like having sponsorship from a crypto. So like, wouldn't that be the perfect sponsorship? You got no demands. It's just like they're just giving you money. Like there's no corporate people kind of going, you have to do this and this and this. It's just like, and you get so much engagement because it's real engagement from real people.
If it's good enough for the UFC to have crypto.com, then I'm sure it's okay.
Well, this team aren't big, they're not big. But apparently they won like one major game like in 97 and they've never ever come back. So they're like one-hit wonders. And I know that YACHT and Brent Morrissey both cut it in to get the deal through. And then all the whinging poms started whinging because they didn't like the T-shirt colours, which were pink on red, their jerseys. And then all these other bitches were getting in the comments, bagging out Hex. And they hardly had any followers and they were real plebs that didn't understand crypto. And then YACHT did a stream with Identity Block and had some of those guys come along and apparently they changed their tune towards YACHT. But yeah, it got really fiery. Even Richard Hart stood in because they were screenshotting some of the things he'd said and sort of saying, taking it out of context, like no Richard's sense of humour. They were like, they didn't understand it and they were, trying to use it against him. But, all in all, it was funny because we were chatting about how they don't really like free money and they should really appreciate it's a free sponsorship. And, someone put up a picture saying it could be worse and they had a jersey with Richard Hart twerking on it. So,
By the way, in full defense of Richard, his comment was social commentary about the reality of what would happen in that country. He was not promoting that shit saying, hey, like, I think it's a great idea to like hang people outside of helicopters or whatever the thing was. He was basically saying
What?
this, like he's I can't remember the exact
I'm
wording, but
lost.
basically
I'm lost right now. I don't know what's going on.
I remember what it was.
He made a tweet of what would happen to a certain demographic of people if they got found out for being that certain demographic of people within a certain country. And it was just factual information about what goes down in that country. And it was taken out of not out of context. It's a difference between, it's not out of context. It's just retarded, like not being able to read English, like just like reading it and misinterpreting what it actually says to be a homophobic comment when it wasn't. It was just fact what happens in that country. So,
so it's bit of cancel culture, hey?
So yeah, this is the problem, Louis. Exactly. It's like if the word is in there, then people are like, "Oh my God, you've used that word." So this it's like what Ricky Gervais says about jokes. Just because there's a joke that involves a person from a certain race or demographic does not necessarily make the joke racist or homophobic or transphobic or whatever. Because it depends on the joke. Like you need to actually look. You need to look at what the target of the joke is, not what is contained within the joke. It's that retard level of, oh, that word is in there, so now the whole joke is racist. No.
And the person listening is racist. And the person that says it is racist. And the blah, blah, blah.
And anyone that laughs at it is racist. And anyone that...
And you better fix up the dating site in the chat.
In the what? Oh, have we got mods in here? 43. You got mods? Give some people some band hammers. I'm getting on my soapbox, yo.
Love chat. Yeah, so it's just pervasive everywhere, hey. So it's at the Barnsley Football Club, is that? But it's the thing is, it's probably just a vocal one or two people, and most people would probably be like, yeah, great.
No, Bluey, it was like freaking a shitload of people. They even wrote an article that Jexa posted in our chat today saying how horrible this Hex token was and how horrible the sponsorship was, and just absolutely rubbishing it.
Yeah, but that could just be one person doing that.
Yeah, but all you should see the comments.
It's the same old thing. They've been saying that shit for 3 years. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Sammy's right. The comments were flooded with shit. Like it was not just one.
Oh
person.
Yeah, right.
It's the same old shit. It's the same old shit, man.
But they're doing it's no research commentary. They're doing no research commentary. They've heard one person say it's a scam.
A lot of people are going to know about Hex now. A lot more people are going to know about Hex.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's a financial product. A lot more people are going to know about it. All right. And you know, in this, we can't get cancelled, dude. Like Hex can't get cancelled. It cannot get cancelled. So they can go fuck themselves. They can go fuck themselves, man. And they do.
Yeah.
So everyone's happy. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them 43. Tell them.
Yeah, we live in an attention economy. So anything that gets attention it's a win.
Winning.
There's it's that whole no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Let's get this crypto. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
By the way, to anyone out there people who fuck themselves, that's fine. I got no problem with it at all. I was just
doesn't everyone
stating a fact.
I'm pretty sure
everyone. I'm sure everyone.
Everyone at some point has fucked themselves.
Did you guys notice, like in the olden days? In the olden days, wanker used to be like a really harsh insult, like, "Oh, you fucking wanker, you fucking wanker," especially in like the UK and stuff. It's like, yeah, bro, like, don't act like you don't do it. Like, it's like it's the most hypocritical insult. It's the height of hypocrisy, that insult, calling someone a wanker. It's just like...
It's still an awesome comment, though, wanker.
Yeah, it's got a good ring to it. It's good. It's a good sounding insult.
It sure is.
Like clown and cunt. You know, some words have just got a nice ring to them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Completely agree.
You know, when you guys were discussing last episode that if Richard Hart said see you next Tuesday, well, he said it on the ladies' Discourse stream. this year. Just
Okay,
for your
all right, so-
information.
All right. I must have missed that one. I've never heard him say it. I've actually never heard
Yeah,
him say it.
he
So
said
it
it.
must have been on that. Yep.
You're probably
pretty rare
busy
for America.
researching Bitcoin.
It's pretty rare for Americans to use that term.
Yep.
It's
Is
it's a
it?
very it's pretty much the
yeah.
harshest word you can say in America. Well, that
Really?
the N word and the C
Yeah,
word.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yo, warn Sammy. Sammy, you like while you're in Vegas and that, it's probably best to moderate that shit and not.
No,
Yeah,
you
that's
can if
it.
you're Australian. You can get away with it if you're Australian. You can say
Yeah,
I'm not
probably.
as much as you
saying
want.
shit.
Yeah,
I don't want to get my
our
face
slang.
smoked
They
in.
love it.
End up like a piece of Swiss cheese. No way, bro. I'll just shut my mouth.
You'll be fine, Sammy. You just go, shut the fuck up, cunt.
I really don't like the word. I mean, yeah, I've said it, but I wouldn't use it in my everyday life. I mean, I think it's pretty harsh. Like, but a lot of, as you say, a lot of blokes I know use it all the time, and yeah, it's nothing I ain't heard before. But
That's
it's
how
not
you
nice.
wake your kids up in the morning. That's how you wake them up. Hey, cunt, wake up.
That's ex-husband, 43.
I
You mean you
really
actually
like.
talked to him? I thought you would have just kicked him off the couch.
I really like what Day 43 said, and I agree. Hex is uncancelable.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't play like that. We don't play like that. We are uncancelable. Bring your political correctness here to die.
Yes.
We don't
Absolutely.
We won't tolerate that nonsense.
And guys, there's some other really big news as well. There's the Fiat on board via cards. I think it's called Simplex. Is it called
Yeah.
Simplex? That's
Richard
big
tweeted
news.
that shit out. That's
So
massive.
that's big. Is that also available in Australia and Europe?
Do you get charged a cash advance when you do it that way by your bank?
There is some heavy. I heard the other day
That'll
the fees,
depend on your bank.
The fees fluctuate.
Right.
What's that?
I haven't used it, but I heard some people used it and said some days the fees are heavier than others. So I'm not familiar with it, but I'm aware of it. But I haven't physically used it myself.
And I think it depends on your bank as well, Bluey. Like, so there'll be some of the fees will be your bank of what the fees
I mean,
are.
you're still
when
better
you
off.
do
You're still
something.
better off just, at least in Australia, you're still better off just transferring to an exchange, swapping, and sending it to your wallet. Hey, like it's still cheaper that way. Hey, then
But
Yeah,
you know,
as soon as you use a,
can
I'm
I
pretty
make
sure
a
that
point
a credit
about,
card
like
will-
we're talking about
Well, you
exchanges and stuff,
KYC.
and it is absolutely the best way to go, I reckon, from a fees perspective. But I think ultimately, what I'd like to see in a few years is just be like, hey, happy to stay in crypto. Hey, we don't need to worry about.
Yep.
I'm
you
so
know?
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's coming,
Circular
right?
economy.
And the more onboarding that happens, the more waves that we see. There's going to be more and more people who believe that crypto is a thing; it's a real thing. We're still,
when I was
still in the
when I
early
was in
days of that.
when I was in Colombia, I was having dance classes every day, like private lessons, and so I onboarded my dance teacher, and gave her the big spiel and all that kind of thing. And in the end, I was paying her half, like paying her half in cash, half in crypto.
Nice, Louis.
Nice, very nice.
And I think if you're an artist who offers some sort of service, you should really think about that. Like you can't have it all in crypto necessarily. Like you need to live and all that, but do something like a half or a third, 2/3. You know, you can at least offer that service to people who want to pay.
Or just
crypto instead.
At least ask the question. Like, as in,
Yeah,
you can
at
just
least
ask them and
offer
say,
it.
do you accept crypto? And then if they say no, it at least seeds the idea in their head, like, oh, this is actually another payment method that I could have accepted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and if you offer services, say, and if you want to pay me by crypto, you can do that as well.
Yeah. You could even do discounts for crypto so that to offset the extra steps or the extra inconvenience of using crypto.
So here they have guys on trucks who come around the streets and they'll sell like groceries and stuff just off the back of the truck. So It would be nice to have those guys accepting crypto. Because that's the whole.
That might be a bit longer.
Well, those guys are all about the cash economy, right?
On the
They're all
phone,
about
yeah,
the
on their
cash
phone, they
economy.
could just use their phones.
Yeah, so they're not.
They don't
Those
even,
guys
they
are
don't even
not
need
going to
any
have.
tech.
Those guys are
Yeah.
not going to have like the FPOS machine with them ever,
Point of sale device, yeah.
So if they could transition to something which is still like not cash, if they try and get rid of cash, which is what they seem to be doing, then they could transition to that. It would be great to see that sort of thing, because ultimately you need to be able to buy your everydays with crypto if it's real. You know, and that might take a long time for that to happen. But
Well, you could at the moment you could do gift cards. So
yeah.
I think you get a gift card to Coles or whatever, and you spend there. Yeah.
Hey,
buy it with
Jackson.
Can you use the gift cards to? Could you use the gift cards to use that website where you can buy the hex? So basically, go and buy the gift card with cash, and then use that to buy the hex.
I have a feeling they
Probably.
don't let you use those gift cards, because
Okay.
I think a lot of people would do that as a way to get around the KYC. I could be wrong, but I think they don't work. You could try it.
I agree with you that they typically try to shut down any pathways that allow people to circumvent KYC. Yep.
Yeah.
Because terrorists.
Yeah. Because we have to protect the children, and also you're not safe anywhere. You might get shot up in a cafe, and also, did I mention the children and also possible terrorism? What's the one?
So just to be safe, let's
terrorism,
not
save the
allow
kids,
anyone to
and
do anything.
There's a third one that they use as like a base fear narrative.
Climate change.
Forget what it's. I love every time some politician or celebrity buying like beachfront property worth like $20-30 million, and it's like, yeah, you guys totally believe in climate change for sure.
Yeah.
That's why you just spent 40 mil on something that's literally by the ocean. Idiot.
True.
So if people weren't listening in to the stream before, I just want to highly recommend they tune in to Crypto Sloth's channel on Wednesday. Alex from Hedron is going to be on, and there's going to be a big announcement. And it's pretty exciting, I think.
So is that
If
1
my
week
guess
from
as to
today?
I don't know exactly what he's going to announce, but if my guess
It's around
is right.
Icosa, no?
No, in that's tomorrow. That's like
tomorrow.
1.5 days from now. Like, I think it's at 6:30 in the evening. Oh, actually, I can't remember. I'll tweet about it. We'll just go check my
tweet
Twitter.
it out.
Yeah.
Can you also message within our group chat, please? Otherwise, I'll probably forget.
Yeah, because you're not in Telegram anymore. It's a pain in the ass for me, because I keep forgetting to check Signal.
Sorry, I did actually reinstall Telegram now, so I'll message you. I'll join our.
Oh, sweet.
I'm back on Telegram. I had to get back on there I needed Hex
a
graphics.
phone number.
No. I needed Hex graphics for the event. So like high res Hex graphics, and the best place for that shit is that Hex Design Telegram group. So I actually came back on Telegram for that. I'll message
your phone
you.
number. He docs your phone number for them.
I can't remember how I did it, but I'm back on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you find a workaround for giving a number on Telegram?
So I think what happened, I'll go through this super quick, is basically I changed it to a pseudonymous number, and then they banned my account because they must have realized it was like a VoIP number and not a real number. But then my actual mobile phone number was not wrecked in that process. So my account got wrecked. All of my reputation, my handle, my messages, all that shit got wrecked and deleted, or like inaccessible. But my actual mobile number was not seen as being blocked. So I think I just used my mobile phone number and made a completely new account. Because do you see what I mean? My other account, the one that got banned, had the number had changed on that one. That's why it got banned. So yeah, I'm just back on there with my mobile number.
Cool. Hey, we've been going for about an hour and a half, guys. Anyone have anything interesting?
Yeah,
to
let's
say?
bring up the Hedron. Let's bring up the Hedron chart. I want to see that little baby. I want to.
Also, I wanted
Let's
to
do
mention
it.
specifically that I'll grab it. Or do you have it, Bluey, or do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah, do a bit of TA on it, mate.
So basically, while I'm bringing this up, I'll just mention that I was really impressed and really happy that Richard Hart tweeted about, the fundamental human rights and privacy aspects of coin mixing. And so I love to see that shit when Richard stands up for human rights, freedoms, and all that sort of shit.
Speaks truth to power.
And speaks truth to power, because he does have influence, he does have a large following, he does have a lot of money. So you want people like that to be standing up to, because it's easy for people with a lot of money to just be like, well, now I'm kind of above the law, I don't need to worry about the little guy anymore. So it's good to see people getting super wealthy and still caring about these things that actually impact the poor more than it impacts the rich. You know what I'm saying?
This is building the new system. The new financial system is what is being built right now.
I love that about Richard, how he speaks for the people. He's a very genuine man.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. So I guess like I was watching this channel on Hedron, and then it sort of like broke below it, but and found like got resisted by it again. But now it just went and started smoking like a couple of days ago. And so it was at this level here at like around 10,000 sats or whatever the equivalent is for, this is USDC. So 10,000 times 10 to the negative 8 cents or dollars or whatever the fuck. And then it just pumped all the way through, just broke all these levels. And I haven't touched these lines for a while, by the way. So it found support on this green line here, which dates all the way back to this fib level.
Oh, okay.
So that looks, and so all of this price action over here, where it was resisting the price, and even look, this level goes as far back, all the way back to the very start.
The very first pump, eh? Yeah.
It was basically the resistance of the very first pump was this green line that we are now finding support on, and you're seeing a nice bounce there. That's significant. That is showing strength on a, if you could use the word historic for an asset this new, but which we probably can in crypto. This is really good news. Some people in finance say first test, best test. And so, you want to see that strong bounce off the first time that you go to a key level. So yeah, this is looking strong. This is bullish. This is overall, this is bullish for Hedron.
Awesome.
I'm wondering whether it could be a buy the rumor, sell the news, or how much of it is that?
Well, there was some correlation to other assets, wasn't there? It was sort of going up and down with the other, when Hex was going up and down and when ETH was going up and down a bit. But what's the news that you're talking about?
Well, Icosa launching.
Mods in the chat.
The test net went up. It's all been working really well, and so,
is it going to launch on another chain, or is it going to start on PulseChain? So it's going to do the ETH. It's going to do the ETH thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look, we could be launching in a matter of days or even week or
That's cool.
Listen, on Wednesday. Cool. And that's why I'm thinking it may, because like all of that news, and then the testnet comes out, everyone's using it, it's all working fine. So maybe, like, I don't know how this buy the rumor, sell the news kind of works, but I guess that's what it is. It's like when the stuff is building up and there's anticipation, people buy into that, and then as soon as the news comes out, it's like sell. So
it's a good question from Par Excellence. What about the Hex Hedron liquidity wall, though?
We're about to hit
it. Before we answer that, can I super quickly answer the psychological side of the question that you just asked? Is nothing ever lives up to the expectations that humans build. So the reason why buy the rumor, sell the news works is because when the news comes out and people, it's the Obama shit, right? It's
Okay.
like,
It's always a bit
God,
disappointing.
shit's going to change this time. And then people realize that the status quo very rarely changes. And then when that realization sets in of like, wait, the world is not a utopia because of Icosa launching or whatever it is. It's like, boom, people are like, fuck this noise. It's not good enough. And it's never good enough.
If that's the case, then I think that might not be the case, because I think Icosa is going to be,
because this really will be, if it really
yeah.
is, really, yeah.
Like it's going to lock up so much Hedron.
I was only speaking in a general sense there. That's generally how, and I'm not saying that's the full reason why buy the rumor, sell the news. That's just one strong psychological aspect. By the way, not like nothing we ever say on this channel is financial advice, but from a trading perspective, this is actually where you would buy, like this would be a reasonable time to buy Hedron, because you've seen how strong this level has been respected, but you're trading close to the level, so you've got a risk-defined setup where if it goes below this level and starts breaking down, then you get the fuck out of the trade. So you would have your stop loss would be somewhere maybe, well, because you would expect it would try to find support maybe at this level here. So you'd maybe set your stop loss a little bit below here at like 15,000.
Oh, we can't see it. Can you pull it up? What he's showing? 43.
Oh, sorry. We stopped sharing the screen. Sorry. So basically, say this level here you would expect to support the price, but you're really looking at this level here. So you could set a stop loss somewhere below 15,000. And so what's that as a percentage? Let me just grab this. Where are my tools? They're here. So your risk would be something like this.
And
so
the upside is
like 20% downside risk for like, and in crypto,
massive,
it's always unlimited upside. And look, you wouldn't have to set your stop loss that loose. You could actually set it like tighter and have like maybe a 10% downside risk or something like that. But my main point here is that from a trading perspective, you typically want to trade near significant high time frame levels, because that is where you get the best risk defined setups. So, it's looking sweet.
What's this about a new front end for Hedron?
Well, that's what the Icosa app is. So on the Icosa app, you'll have everything. I'm just looking for.
I also heard, and correct me if this is wrong, but I heard that there's going to be an option within an address to mint all of the Hedron in every single stake in one move, rather than
it's not one. Well, it's one button, and you press it, and then it comes up with all of the MetaMask transactions, and so you still have to approve each transaction.
Oh,
but
right. Okay.
It's a bit of a button pressing saver. Yeah.
But at least you don't have to manually start each one. You just only have to just manually approve it, like queue them all up for your approval, basically.
Yeah, basically queues them all up for you. Yeah.
We should have a look at that front end. Is the Icosa front end, is that up? Like, what's the website for that?
Yeah. It's well, I'll hang on. I won't show
Icosa.pro, no?
But no, it's app.icosa.pro.
I saw that shit on Twitter.
And
sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry. I shared that liquidity wall. So let's knock that question out. The person asked about the liquidity wall.
Oh, that was Dozo. Yeah. So, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah. What was it?
Can you just share that? Can you share that screen?
Yeah.
43. So this is the wall.
Oof.
Or maybe is it possible to take our faces away so we can see the bottom of the screen?
That's the
thanks. So yeah, we're about to hit it. And this is on the Hex Hedron pair. This is what the OA put in. And what happened was at the time, people were, like Hedron was pumping and people were swapping their Hex for Hedron. But because there wasn't a big Hex Hedron liquidity pool and it was all paired against stuff was mainly paired against USDC, it meant because people were selling their Hex for Hedron, it was driving the price of Hex down. So the OA put this big wall to tie the two prices. People kind of took that as, well, it's a wall. We're never going to get over the wall, and it's a limit in the price. But I just want to point out that as you start, first of all, it means that whales can come in and they can buy a lot without much slippage. But the other thing is that as you start eating into that wall, as you start moving through it, everything behind becomes support. That level of liquidity of support, just like it was resistance. That's what was resistance.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I hope that answers the question. And I don't think it will actually take that much to eat through that wall if people really want it. And the nice thing is that that wall actually ties the Hex and Hedron price together. So if Hedron is pumping, it's pulling Hex up. And if Hex is pumping, it's pulling Hedron up. And the opposite, of course. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just looking at that front end now for Icosa. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It works super well.
I'll see if I can bring it up, hey.
If anyone hasn't tried it yet, it's on testnet. Like, just go and like muck around, you know, learn it.
So this is testnet. This is PulseChain testnet.
This is all on
correct?
PulseChain testnet. Yeah, you can go if you look at the Hex tab. Yeah, that's where your native stakes will be. You'll be able to mint your Hedron from your native stakes. You'll be able to create a native stake. You'll be able to end a native stake. You'll be able to good account a native stake. It'll list them all there.
That was a much needed. Can I say that was a much needed option on the Hedron website because people they forget to go mint their Hedron. They forget when they're ending their Hex stake. You get excited when there's a Hex stake ending, and you go to end it, and you're not thinking about the Hedron. Whereas if you're using, if you're going here, then you've got the option to do that as well if you want to mint your Hedron.
What I'm really curious about is that, like, there's all these people sitting on these stakes who haven't minted their Hedron yet, and potentially they're waiting for the AMR bonus. So I'm wondering how many people are going to mint, or how much of their Hedron are they going to mint in order to stake it? Because why would you wait for the AMR bonus if you could just stake it now? You know,
especially when that AMR bonus is unlikely from what I.
It's pretty unlikely, although I wouldn't be surprised if this whole Icosa thing moves us closer. Like, I started trying to run the numbers about how much would have to get staked. Because when you stake, you're burning those tokens. And so they get taken out of the supply. So the more that gets taken out of the supply, the more that pushes that AMR ratio up. Because the AMR ratio
I didn't even know there was a bonus for not minting your Hedron.
There's this what's called an AMR bonus. There's the advanced to mint ratio. So if the amount of borrowed Hedron in the system is more than the amount of actual liquid Hedron in the system, then the contract triggers a bonus day. And that can go on for many days if that ratio still keeps like at that, you know, higher than 50%.
Hey, who's this chav walking around the UK?
Oi.
Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just walking through the random country town.
Nice. Where are you?
Random country town.
UK?
Hang on. I can barely hear you.
You in the UK? UK?
Yeah.
Nice. You met up with all the. I saw some photos of you meeting up with all the English Hexicans. How'd that go?
Yeah, on Saturday just gone. It was pretty good. Met quite a few people. That bastard was there. Hex Turbo, Hexican girl. A few people that aren't online.
Shout out to those guys.
That's freaking dope.
So Bluey, you have to go back to the back to the AMR because Mango Junkie was very upset. You were mid-sentence.
Well, Mango,
I got you, Mango Junkie.
Yeah, thanks, man. Mango Junkie knows exactly what the AMR bonus is.
Yeah.
Because he's a mod in the chat as well.
He just wants you
but
to
he wanted
shield
the
his bags.
information out there. Yeah. And he's one of those hashtag never mint kind of guys as well. He's going to wait for the. I wonder if his mind has changed now. Actually, now that you could stake Hedron, like it's going to be an interesting one. Maybe you mint half of what you can, or anyway, there's a big bonus that happens. It might not ever happen. It's going to take a hell of a lot of Hedron to be borrowed in order for it to trigger. It might take until the price of Hedron is much higher, where it becomes really kind of worth people's risk to borrow it. At the moment, so many people can just mint it from their stakes. So you could be waiting years for that bonus to trigger. And so I'm thinking a lot of people are going to probably mint to stake, because who wants to wait years?
So I've just noticed something, Bluey. I don't know if you'll disagree with this or not, but like when the units get this insane, like I struggle a bit where I'm like, is that a billion or a trillion or a fucking
I know. I've got to keep going.
I've got to go and count like freaking do you know
commas.
what I mean? It's like it's hard to. Whereas if you've got something that's in the numbers that humans typically deal with, like 10,000, even up to a mil, you're used to seeing numbers like that. Whereas once it goes into the like bills and trills and quadrillions and shit,
it's the same with the price. It's the same with the price. It's like I got to keep counting how many zeros.
Oh, good point. Good point. The other thing happens on the trailing zeros. You're like, how many zeros? Is that 4 zeros, 5 zeros, 6 zeros?
Yeah, I like Dex Screener because they just have this little, the way they show it, it's just really obvious.
Oh, do they do like K and mil, MG?
No, they do 0.0, and then there's a little number sort of just diagonally underneath that first zero, which is, in this case, it's 5. That means there are 5 zeros, and then whatever the price is.
Oh, that's a very interesting way of like.
It's, you know what? Whenever I go to Dex Screener, I get it immediately. I don't have to go in and it's just like, okay, 5 zeros, 1873 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But you are right with the commas. The commas are very necessary, and it's something I actually requested on.
You should mention that to Richard or someone who's got the ear of
I have.
Okay, see.
I have. I've mentioned it a number of times because it's really hard with PulseChain when you get those. So when you get like things like Uniswap and PulseX that don't have commas in their numbers, it's just like, God, how much is that? Is that millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions or billions? Yeah.
And just who don't out with the little number on dexscreener.com, as you can see on the right hand side, it's got the Hedron USDC price, a 0.0, and it's got a little 5, and that's to indicate that 5 zeros after that decimal point before the 183. So if 6 zeros, there would be a 6 there.
Yep. Was there something else that was it need to be? Oh, someone else asked something else. Oh,
just while you're thinking of that, I want to quickly show the Hex Late Show pump that we're having right now. So where are we?
Nice.
So we're up about 2 cents.
Parabola intact.
Up about 2 cents since we started streaming. No, not 2 cents. Tenths of a cent. Dude, that'd be nice.
Oh yeah, so sorry. Just quickly, because someone asked about when they mint their Hedron. So I can't find it. Yeah, you basically just mint it before you end your hex stake. If you end your hex stake, then you can't mint your Hedron. So if you've been saving up for it, then make sure you mint your Hedron before you end your hex stake.
I haven't fucked up yet, but I've come so close to fucking up, man, where I'm like literally on the button, like, and then I'm like, oh shit. And I remember. It's pretty scary.
At least you remembered.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter who have got stories of them forgetting to do it. Have you done one, Mayo, where you've forgotten to do it?
That was Ty. He was saying.
Oh, sorry, Ty. Sorry, Ty.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I haven't minted.
Hashtag never mint.
Hashtag never
Hashtag
mint.
never mint. Haven't minted yet. Blue, do you get sick of holding that microphone for like 2 hours?
I hadn't really been noticing it, but now that you mentioned it, no, I'm good. I just couldn't be asked setting up because I'm in a new place now, and I couldn't be asked setting up the whole blah blah blah. I'm traveling around with a big arm that I could set up, but I suppose I could set up over there, but easier just to hold it.
You should just put it on a string and dangle it and sit under a tree or something and just let it hang down. Yeah,
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
yeah. Get an hockey strap.
I have re-earned more Hedron than I've ever sold, i.e., the amount of Hedron I have now is higher than at the point of just after when I sold a small amount.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
You've been
deliberately
minting more.
being vague. I'm deliberately being vague because I don't want to dox my shit. But like, as in, I just realized because of something I looked at, I'm like, oh shit, all that Hedron I sold, I've got it back now. And some.
Yep. It's going to be the world that keeps giving.
And all the people, you know what? I was like skeptical of what you were talking about earlier on, Bluey, when you were talking about how Hedron, like, you know, all the people who have dumped, you know, they've been dumping and they can only dump it once. And to some extent, like that's true because now they have to wait a certain amount of time. So they can, if they want to dump along the way, it's just going to be small amounts, you know, and they'd really just have to have diamond hands for a long time to really hurt the price if they wanted to do that, if that's what but no one's trying to do that. People just, you know, they find themselves with a big airdrop and they were selling. But now I guess it's going to be limited, the amount of damage that this perpetual minting is going to have on the Hedron price, because you can calculate it moving forward.
You know, Alex has actually mentioned that it was a tactic of his. Like he had the idea for Icosa and stuff, like beforehand, like before he even launched Hedron. And when he launched Hedron, he knew that a lot of whales are going to free claim and just dump it. And that's why he never mentioned anything else that he's planning. Because he just let those those people dump, and they've dumped at a low price. And now they have to wait if they want to dump more, basically.
Hey,
and you know what?
I'm just on Nomics right now, guys. I wanted to point out that Hex is up to number 13. On the chart. So,
Nomics, right?
On Nomics.
Yes, come on, bitch.
Number
That's
13.
what I'm talking about. Hell yes.
So not long until we're top 10, I would say, because that's 7.56 billion, and top 10 would be a little over 10 billion. So that's not far off. It'd be nice to be top 10 again. Nice to be top 10.
I think we're in a parabola, guys. I think we're in a fucking parabola. Hey, Bluey, quick question. Is there somewhere I can go to see how much Hedron I've minted in total off each stake? Because
HSI Watch.
HSI Watch. So it'll tell you, like, this stake you've actually already minted this much, because the Hedron base site doesn't tell you.
I can't remember if it's told you how much you minted.
What was the other site? You just said Hedron Bay.
Hedron Watch, I think he said.
Hedron Watch.
No, HSI Watch.
HSI Watch. What?
Com.
Oh. Sorry. Someone was saying something.
So just about that HSI Watch. I can't remember if it shows you what you already have minted or but what you can just do is actually I can just check it now. You can just because sometimes people aren't aware that if you click that little icon in the right hand corner, that changes it so you can see what actually I can share this if I pull it up.
Damn, has Hedron also got a community of people that just like build all these cool looking websites and shit?
It's starting to, yeah. I mean, there's a ton of stats we could have that we don't have at the moment. Very easily and readily available. Alex is working on a lot of that stuff.
I'm really looking forward to checking out the new site, that one that we just showed before. I want to go have a look and see what info pops up.
So do you want to share that quickly? Yeah. So see this button here, and this is not my stake, guys. This is just a rando that I put in here. So it's showing how much hex yield, how much hedron you can mint from that, and how much you could mint in the future from it.
Oh, that's cool that you don't have to connect your wallet. You can just punch a address.
Yeah. So you can just if you just click here, that'll stuff that off. And then if you just put in any address in there, like if you want to check out if you want to go to the auctions and check out that stake to see what like bonuses attached potentially to that stake that's being sold, then you can just like click stake info, you get the address, you put the address in here, and it'll come up and you'll have all sorts of information about it.
That's cool, man. Mayo, Mayo, can you give us an update on Jake Lund and what's going on with his next fight? If you can hear me.
Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, correct. I'm just struggling in the wind here. I'm nearly home, but well, Jake's got something coming up. He's having a boxing fight, which is coming up on September the 3rd, which will be on Foxtel and KO in Australia. So this is kind of a bit of a warm-up fight in regards to the Diamond Belt announcement, which we got on Saturday night. So I don't know if anyone watched that. I saw that. But yeah, I shared a bit of that around. And that will be happening on December 21st at the Rise again.
That fight, that boxing match wouldn't be a part of the sponsorship, the Hex sponsorship, Discourse Syndicate sponsorship, would it? It's because that sponsorship is for his Muay Thai fights, correct? Did you get that?
Yes. So it's the DS sponsorship will lead us up till the Diamond Belt at this stage, and I've just did an extra in regards to the boxing fight to make it happen on my own, and we'll make it happen.
Nice, man.
That makes sense. Can you hear me? Yeah. And we had the Hex girls up on the ring again on Saturday night when they made that announcement, and all over the Rise event again. And with the next event coming up, there'll be digital billboards all around Brisbane, around the Gabba, where Rise advertised. And then, Jake will be up there with the bighex.com and all the stuff there for the next one. So it's pretty good. And looking forward to getting on this Foxtel too. So
nice, man. That's awesome. Can't wait.
So this is what we're all aiming for, wasn't it? The Diamond Belt works perfectly with the hexagons. Diamond hands, Diamond Belt.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think any Western has ever won it before. So it's a big thing.
That's massive.
Can't wait, dude.
A Westerner has never won it before. Wow.
No, I don't think there's ever been Westerners eligible for the belt, I believe.
Oh, well, okay.
So I think it's always been from an Asian country, so to speak, and there's only ever been 6 or 7 that have ever been fought for in the whole history of Muay Thai.
What's the eligibility to?
The eligibility to be up for it is you must have won your local state, then your country, then your region, so that's South Pacific. And then after that, it becomes a world title. So you have to have everything up to a world title, including a world title victory. And then from there on, obviously the 2 people, but both have to have all those winnings to be eligible for the Diamond Belt. So it's top of the chain, better than a world title.
Hectic.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Hey guys,
yeah.
we've been going
Good.
for 2 hours. We've been going for 2 whole hours, and I have a coffee that I need to go drink downstairs. So why don't we
Oh,
just do a quick round the block? Bluey, got any last words?
well, are we gonna do bitch tits, or are you gonna?
I reckon
People do
give
that,
the
or-
guests
Nah,
give the
no
guests
bitch tits.
extended
Stuff
outro.
it. Okay.
Give the guests extended outro time if there's anything they want to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll be quick. Yeah, watch Crypto Sloth tomorrow night. Big announcement from Alex from Hedron, and go and learn about Hedron and Icosa. Get ready for it. At the
Tangent?
worst, you can just mint your free Hedron and stake it, and you get free Icosa.
Or sell it. I know
like
that's a
dumping
no-no
the
to
free.
talk about. It's a no-no
Yeah,
to
or
talk
dump it.
about, but you can sell it
Do
if
whatever
you
you
want.
want. Yeah, yeah.
It's an
Free-
airdrop.
Hey, in regards, I might miss it.
Someone will be
Free.
happy about you selling it.
Hey? What was that? Ty?
Oh, Mayo was talking.
I might have missed it because I come in a bit late, but I'm still trying to catch up on everything because I've been on holiday. But I heard through the grapevine at the Hex meetup in London that Richard Hart actually mentioned Hedron and said the word Hedron in his stream, which normally he would never mention the name of another crypto.
He's mentioned it a few times, and he's
mentioned
and he's
Hedron
pretty
and
much
he's mentioned
raved.
Maxi as well.
He's raved about it. He's raved about it.
But Bluey, normally he mentions it, but he doesn't say it by name. He does the
Yeah, I know.
Diode thing.
No, he said it by name. He loves Hedron.
Yeah, that's what Mayo just
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
This time was
Yeah.
different. He actually said it by
No,
name.
no. He's used the word Hedron before, and he's used Maxi as well before. So on
Oh, yeah,
Are you
said it?
sure?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't think he'd have said it, and a lot of us were thinking that. Yeah,
I think
we
he
thought that was
said,
huge for him to
I
mention
think
it
he said
properly by
both.
name.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We're like rabbis arguing about what this person said. Like,
Sad, isn't it? I know.
But
Tangent.
big news. Either way, it's big news, isn't it?
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. It was a
Tangent.
beautiful endorsement. Yeah.
Any last words, mate?
No, I've got nothing. I've got nothing this
Hey,
week.
see this
that
bar I'm walking through. This was built in the 1600s.
Hector.
Random.
I love it. He just randomly just talks like mid conversation, just blurts in.
My outro is fucking go Hex. I am all in, and I don't mean that in the financial sense. I mean I'm all in on Hex in a spiritual way, like as in I'm fucking committed,
Yeah, man.
mentally, spiritually, physically, and
Right on.
I think we're going to do big things.
Hi.
Continue to do big things. Continue to do big things.
Well, we keep battling with people that keep getting rinsed, so we'll just keep saying it. Get hardware wallets. Like, we're in the downtime, we're in the bear market. Get your hardware wallets. Simple. Other than
So
that,
that's
if you're in
still
Vegas,
happening. Is that still
happening? And the weird thing is,
Fuck,
Tangent,
man.
people that we know in the community, I'm not going to mention their names, but people that are educated, that hang out a lot in spaces, Telegram, Twitter.
I've heard it all
constantly-
before.
Oh, that
Yeah, and
is
they're
tough to hear, man. That is
they
tough.
contact me. They contact me and say, "Hey, man, I've been rinsed and I've got sacks with you for liquid loans and PulseX. Is it, we have to go through this whole
Fuck.
it takes hours to like verify that you're dealing with the right person, and it's just get hardware wallets, guys, and don't use MetaMask other than a front end. Just do it all now. They're cheap. Secure your future. And we've got videos on how to migrate. Jex has got them. We've got them.
Yep.
And buy those hardware wallets from the official
Correct.
sites, not from
yeah.
any third parties like Amazon or any other, resellers. Buy them
Doorsy,
from
MetaMask on my phone works for me. Dude, you're going to get rinsed. Don't use your phone unless it's just a DGEM wallet. Don't have all your stakes and shit on there. You can have, if you want to have some sort of like hot wallet for a small amount of money that you do stuff with and then move it to something secure, fine, but don't have like all your stakes and stuff on a hot wallet. Like, It all needs to be on seeds that were generated on those devices, not online. Other than that, if you're in Vegas, come and hang out with Power City at the party and the golf court tournament and at the Cabana Rect Pleb pool party. See you in Vegas.
Cheers, Mayo.
Hey,
Did
is
you
anyone?
do your spiel, or do you want to?
I might be late here. Sorry if I interrupted. Has anyone tried the buy.hex.com yet? The new credit card thing.
I haven't tried it,
myself,
but I'm
we did
keen
talk
to
about
maybe. I'll maybe try it with a like one of my Lightning Network credit cards and see if it works.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, that means you could potentially have non-KYC buying of Hex if you did that.
Yes, but it also means that you're already in crypto, right? Like, as in those cards, because So so it is still awesome. It is still awesome, but it would mean
like
that then you need
like that
another
card
gateway.
that you made. That's a non-card, isn't it?
Yeah, but only because I already had Bitcoin. Like, so say someone was new to crypto, they need some kind of gateway. Then so that for them to get in anonymously, because they're not going to have a Bitcoin stack, right? So so it is good though. Like, I'm still pumped to try it and see if it works, but it doesn't solve the problem of non-KYC purchases from fiat land. But yeah, we'll get it. It's still a dope development. It's still so awesome.
You know, you can actually sell HSIs without being because they're NFTs, and you can sell an NFT without needing, like, just through a credit card, without needing, like, because you're not a money transmitter if it's just an NFT.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not financial advice, by the way.
Never.
So
Blue Bum doesn't actually know. Blue Bum doesn't.
Do we look like financial advisors?
Blue Bum doesn't actually know.
Okay.
Hang on. Blue Bum, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, doesn't actually know if in your jurisdiction an NFT being sold is not a money transmit, or whatever you said there. You don't actually know that for every jurisdiction. You're saying that for where you are.
America. I'm saying that for America. Okay. That's what I've been told.
Yep.
And it's second-hand information. I haven't verified myself.
So what about nested NFTs then, Bluey?
What's a nested NFT?
So you can like get an NFT, you can build an NFT, and you could put other assets like coins in that NFT, so they're nested in the NFT, and you can sell that NFT with those assets in that NFT. Have a look, Google nested NFTs. It's a way to do, like, people are starting to use like nested NFTs for like OTC deals and stuff.
Regulation is so far behind; they're never going to catch up.
Oh yeah,
ever going to catch up.
Oh, never, so you could do a trustless. You do trustless OTC. Because you just package up the amount of Hex or whatever you're trying to sell.
You package it all into an NFT. Yep.
And then you make.
Is there some sort of escrow?
Is there some escrow? Because then you don't
need it. And that's how people were using. That's how people were selling Hex OTC. They were making an HSI that ended in a few days, and then they just sell it through one of like OpenSea or Hex Market or whatever.
You sell it through a marketplace. So now nested NFTs. I did some research the other day where you can.
That's if you want to sell it at a lower price, right?
No,
that's if you want to sell it at a lower price.
No, you can sell it at any price. You can sell it literally
the point.
It depends on what the buyer is willing to.
Let me finish my point so you understand what I meant. If you sell it at a lower price, then there's like the percentage commission that like OpenSea takes is not going to affect anything. It's going to be like, okay, I just sold this shit for $10. I'm going to pay like whatever it is in commission. It doesn't matter.
2.5% on $10.
Yeah. But if you're doing it for an actual value and the value is like a couple of $100,000, then you're going to get raped on the commissions.
You have to do it for the real value if you want it trustless, no escrow, peer-to-peer, on-chain. You have to do the real value. You can't do a fake value. And you're losing the trustlessness.
If you do fake value, you just have to.
If you're doing, I'll sell it to you for $10, and then you've got to send me the rest of the crypto to avoid fees. then now you have to trust them to send you the rest of the money. So you have to do the full amount. So you need a
No,
platform.
no.
That
I was talking about transferring from one of your own entities to another one of your own entities. I should have specified what I meant there.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
if
we're talking like legitimate OTC where you're actually selling to someone else.
Yeah.
Not just washing your like. Not
Are there
just-
any? Are there any? It's not. That's not washing. Like it's.
No,
if
I used the wrong term. I retract that comment. I didn't mean washing. I meant like transferring.
No. Like you
Transferring
can
was
have
the word I
like
was looking
you can
for.
have you can have like an entity and another entity, and one entity can sell shit to the other entity. That's like
Yeah. It could be your own business. It could be your own company. You could be moving in and out of a self-managed super fund. There's heaps of examples.
multinational companies do that
Legit.
all day fucking long. Multinational companies, they do that all day long. Is there a way to do that without that commission though? And we have touched on this before.
Weren't you mentioning there was some market that you could do that?
I thought there was, and then I tried to have a look at it, and it was in beta. So I was just like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to beta test this shit.
Yeah, you're not going to be the
I'm
guinea pig with
Yeah,
real
I'm not
money.
going to. Exactly. Yeah. Fuck that. Hey guys, let's wind it up.
Yes.
We've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Love you
43
guys.
needs his
Thanks
coffee.
I need my coffee.
Great
I
strain.
need a coffee.
Yeah, I need a cigarette, a coffee.
Shouldn't be smoking,
and,
naughty boy.
what's that?
So you shouldn't be smoking, you naughty boy.
I know.
He's
I know.
in Italy. It's compulsory.
I'm in
there.
Sicily.
Yeah, I know. I've been
Yeah.
keeping up.
Coffee
Been
and
trying to keep up.
cigarettes. That's all they live on. Coffee and cigarettes. That's it.
As a TIE fighter, man, you know about smoking cigarettes, yeah?
Me?
I've never smoked.
Aren't like no, but aren't like
They do the
TIE
clove
fighters.
cigarettes, don't they?
TIE fighters in Thailand, don't they like a lot of them still smoke cigarettes, or is that like an old school thing?
No, I don't think so. I think that's an old school thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That lung capacity now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm over the hill anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
You know, yeah.
You're on holiday, mate. Enjoy it.
Dude,
Oh, God.
have
Your
a
life is
cigarette.
over pretty much. So,
Bro.
yeah.
Another nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, take it easy, guys. Great stream.
Yep.
We'll see you
And
next
if
time.
I don't see you, Bluey, beforehand, I'll see
See
you in
everyone.
Vegas in 24 days or so.
See you when we're looking at you.
Look forward to
See
catching
you
up.
in Vegas. Yeah.
Vegas. You.